Today we're talking about Dysons. Is it worth it? Are Dysons worth it? We'll see. So guys, in today's video, we're gonna put Dysons to test beside all the competitor blow dryers. We're gonna compare $500 blow dryers to $50 blow dryers. Pretty much just different brands in the same price range, and just see which one's worth more buying. Things we're gonna look at are price, power, the air power, how hot each blow dryer get. We're gonna talk about the nozzle size, and we're gonna test how long it actually takes to style your hair with different blow dryers. And at the end, we'll see which one's really worth your money and which one's right for you. So we got a $100 Babyliss blow dryer. We got a wahl. Online, there was only like one wahl I can find. It was like $50, but this one's probably $70. It doesn't say. The Andis Pro Dry, $50. And we got the $40 Avanti. These are the ones you usually find at the drugstores. Out of these 5 blow dryers, only the Dyson come with the diffuser, and I'll tell you what the diffuser is for. Diffuser is for curly hair or textured hair, wavy hair, any hair that's not straight, for slow drying. You can buy diffusers online, a universal one that fits most blow dryers, so it's not a big deal that it doesn't come with one. You can just buy one online. Now we're gonna talk about the compressor. Here's a size comparison for all of them. There's 2 things you need to look at when on compressors: the width of it and the thickness. The wider the better, but the thinner also the better. If it's like wide but it's like thicker. We did a test to see how far each of them go, the air. But the measurements, I couldn't find anything at the shop to measure. Only thing I knew the exact measurement of was the TV, because it's a 32-inch TV. So I just used that to measure. Each level is 32 inches. So yeah, here's me doing that. Avanti got to level 2. The Andis got to 2.5. The BB wouldn't move after that. And the wahl got to level 3. Okay, this was a surprising one. The Babyliss here, $100 one, 1/5 of the price of this one. Actually got the BBs to around the same distance. They got to around the same distance, 3.5. So I decided to change up the material, make it more lighter so you can get a more accurate result. So I used cotton. I placed the cotton both 3.5 and then tested it from there, see how far each of them go. So the cotton was way lighter than the BBs. The Babyliss got it to actually 6.5. The Babyliss actually did pretty good. I was surprised. It got to about 6.5 level, and then I did the same thing with the Dyson. I did it with no nozzle. It's a bit stronger. It got to about 6.75. They're pretty even, like it's pretty close. 0.25 will a level more. Each level is 32, by the way. For $400 more, you get 0.25 level more. Okay, for the heat test, I have to explain this. I initially wanted to do a test that I came up with the candles, with the wax, all pointing at the wax, how much of the wax would melt all at the same time. But the extensions kept getting cut off. Like there's too much stuff plugged in at the same time, and yeah, some of them would turn off, some of them would stay on. So like there wasn't an accurate equal time to all of them being on. Some of them kept turning off. So what I decided to do was just did it all one by one. You're gonna just have to take my word for it. I put my hand in front of each one of them, each with the blow dryer. I couldn't tell the difference between the Dyson and the Babyliss Pro. They were both pretty hot at the same distance. Like I couldn't go this close because it was like hot enough for both of them. The wahl was a bit hotter, and then the Avanti was like the least hot. And you'll notice the Andis actually stopped working. You won't really see that one anymore on our future tests. It stopped working. Like we have cord issues with that one. And then we did a noise test to see how loud each of them are. Here are the samples. Just hear it for yourself. Right? Dyson is definitely the quietest one. The last thing I did was a real life scenario test. Like I wet my hair and I condition it a little bit each time, same amount. I try to make it the same for each one of them as possible. Here we'll actually find out how long I took for each one right now. Guys, you won't believe this. After looking back to the real life scenario test, I styled my hair completely dry. I did for all of them completely dry. If you don't know how blow drying works, you actually have to heat up your hair into the shape, and then you use this cool function. You press this button for the cool to actually set it in place. Like hair is like metal, you heat it up to sculpt it, and then once you have the shape, that's when you put in the cold, just like metal. The Dyson, it took me 4 minutes and 37 seconds to style my hair with the Dyson. $500. The Babyliss actually beat that time by 17 seconds. I styled my hair in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. What's even more surprising is the wahl ones actually beat those 2 times. The wahl actually beat the Dyson and the Babyliss, timing at 4 minutes. So right now, the Dyson's the slowest, Babyliss is second slowest, and the wahl is the fastest to dry. Like real life scenario, drying your hair, styling your hair. Okay guys, the $30 one compared to the $500 ones when styling your hair, your own hair from damp. This is using the method of towel drying it first as much as you can. That's probably the most efficient way to do it, to style your hair anyway. With that method, the Avanti $30 actually dried my hair in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. 15 seconds faster than the Dyson. I don't know how. The wahl actually dried the hair the fastest. This is just close to second to the Babyliss by 2 seconds. This lost by 2 seconds to the Babyliss one. It's crazy. Alright, after doing all those tests, you're probably wondering which one's right for you. Like, why would you even buy this Dyson? It's so expensive, and it doesn't even dry the hair. It doesn't even style the hair as fast as the cheaper ones, way cheaper. First of all, if you're buying a blow dryer, what are you using it for? Is it for service use or just personal use? Different aspects to look at when buying a blow dryer. Hair texture. If you have curly hair and that's how you style it curly or textured, you're probably good with a cheaper blow dryer as long as you have a diffuser. You can buy the universal diffuser on Amazon there. You don't need high heat, you don't need high power. It'll just take longer. Yeah, it will just take longer if you have curly hair. Now, is your hair more thick or more thinner? I'd say go for the stronger flow air if your hair was thick, but if your hair was thinner, like my hair was on the thinner side, I don't need a high flow blow dryer. As you can see from that test result, mainly a little bit of heat does most of the work if you're towel drying first. Only few scenarios where Dyson would be helpful is like us here in the barbershop with 9 barbers. All of us use the Dyson blow dryer. We have like 8-9 Dysons. With that many barbers, imagine all using their blow dryers. It gets too noisy and you can barely hear the person you're cutting, like your client. That's why it was useful for us to get the Dyson. It's very quiet. Also, if you travel a lot, like the travel case that you can buy with the Dyson is crazy compact for how much power is in there. Obviously, you can get the small one, but for its size, it's very powerful. Yeah, those are pretty much the only 2 scenarios I would get a Dyson. Or maybe if you're doing girls' hair. That test was only for the guys' hair, thinner hair. The airflow didn't help us much to save time, to be more efficient on styling. I guess it'll help more when you're doing girls' hair since they have so much hair. It's thicker, longer. If you just go over with the Dyson with it, it's gonna be way faster than using something with no airflow. Ways to buy Dyson, ways to save money on Dyson, because this is a brand that does not go on sale. If you're a barber, a few ways you can find a client that works at Best Buy, Sephora. If you guys are in Canada like us, Sephora, I think. Oh, how I got ours, because we bought like 6 of them during Christmas time for Oliver. We got the Shoppers 20 times points award. That way, when you spend $500 on a Dyson, you get $200 back, and then you just use that to buy another one. Or if you need something else from Shoppers, that's a good way to save money on them if you've always wanted one, if you need it. Obviously, it's not like crazy performance, I don't know why you'd still get it. Personal use wise, I don't think it's worth it. If you got the extra money, share it with your wife maybe, but like if you're a dude, Dyson's not worth it. I would say you're better off just buying $50 one. It doesn't save you time. For barbers, when we buy it, it's like a nice luxury item. It's the one thing all barbers look up to. Like it's the one tool everyone wants. It's like the Jordan ones in the sneaker community. If you're looking to buy a Dyson, there's two different types. They're labeled the same and they're named the same on their websites and everywhere else, but this is the older version and this is the newer version. This is not the professional version. One of the nozzles way shorter than the newer version, and this is the only difference those two Dysons have. They also have a professional version where the cord is longer, but that's not the one. This is not the one. This is a different one. When you buy a Dyson for $500, you're probably wondering, what do you get with it? Here are the things that come with it. So everything I said in this video is in the description below if you guys are planning to buy it. Let me know what you want me to compare next. Clipper, anything barber related.